Good morning. It is day 26. Yesterday was a strange day. It was fine, but it wasn't exciting. It was just going along the sides of the hills again. Out to one side was the flats and houses and some little lakes and trains, so civilization. And then we headed up over a little hill and then along a lake for a while, which is nice, and then round the lake, up another hill, and then down to the picnic area where I had pizza delivered. It wasn't a myth, it was real. A place about 15 miles up the road delivers to the campground for the PCT hikers. Whoop, bit of a trip. There were quite a few people at the campground, only 4 when I arrived, but they slowly trickled in, so it was a massive order. Little pizza delivery car was absolutely full. So enjoyed my pizza, and then had the leftovers with me for dinner, but I was too full, so I had them for breakfast. After that, everyone was just lying around, but I decided to push a few miles. So I did another 9k, 6 miles, and then I camped by a little stream with Hummingbird and Hobbit, who I'd met at the campground, but they left before the pizzas came. Yeah, frost last night, lots of ice on my tent, so I had to have a delayed start to try and melt some of the ice. Today is McDonald's Day. There is a McDonald's pretty much on the trail. I think it's 0.1 off the trail. So yeah, that's the focus, to get to McDonald's and have a bit of a meal, and then continue on. And then I think tomorrow I'll reach Wrightwood for a 0, which would be nice. But McDonald's is the focus at the moment. It's actually, I don't have the hiker hunger today. I think that pizza solved that for a while. So the urge for McDonald's isn't quite as strong as it would have been without that pizza. But still be really nice to have some junk food. Yeah, so that's today. Wow, it's so strange to actually be on the flat and not on the sides of the hills. But that's gonna change. I'm not sure if that's where we're heading or if that's a road. But today is climbing because we've got to get up to a pass. But I've only got, I think, 6 or 7 miles, 9 or 10 kilometres to get to the McDonald's. So only a short stretch this morning. There's my campsite down there. I've been walking about 10 minutes and basically I've just gone all the way down there and then started coming back on this hill. So yeah, haven't come far. Last night the trains, they're in, must be in the next valley over, but they sure use their horns a lot. It was just constant horns going off. Seemed like all night long. Sometimes it'd be 2 trains letting off their horns at the same time. One of them started playing tunes with its horn, but very, very loud. The sound just travelled so far. This is something fairly rare on the PCT, walking on a ridge. And yeah, it's funny, we're generally always on the side of a hill. In New Zealand, most travel is either on a ridge or up a valley. There's very little on the sides of hills. So yeah, quite novel. However, it's a short ridge, and then I'm on the side of a hill. Here's the morning panorama. Not a bad way to start the day. So I've been going less than an hour. My wildlife count is 2 quail and a rabbit. A long time ago I commented on fluff on the trail, and someone helpfully told me it was coyote. So here's normal drop-ins, but then it degrades over time, and then all that's left is the fur from what they've been eating. So that's a nice before and after explanation. I've noticed I'm starting to get rubbing on the heels of my shoes. That, combined with the fact that I got that little blister on the inside of the ball of my foot, generally means I need new shoes. So a handy hint, if you've been walking in your shoes for a while, blister free, and then you start getting blisters again, usually that means the structure of the shoe is starting to go, which changes the shape of it, which causes you to start getting blisters in new places. I'm a little disappointed that I haven't got more wear out of these shoes. I did probably 100 kilometers in New Zealand, so 60 miles, before I came over, and we're at 340 odd miles now, so 550 odd kilometers. I generally want to get about 750 kilometers or 500 miles out of each pair of shoes. Admittedly, the miles I did in New Zealand, it was pretty tough. They were wet constantly, and it was over really rocky, rough terrain. So that may have changed it a bit. But in Norway, my first pair of shoes I got 1,200 kilometers out of, and that was being constantly wet for 3 or 4 weeks, plus over really rocky terrain. And then the second pair, 800 kilometers. So, not impressed that it'll only be around 600 or 700 or 600 kilometers, but it's better to get them changed now. I was planning to get new shoes in to Hatchapi, so just one resupply before Kennedy Meadows to let my feet adjust to them before the Sierras. So it just means it'll be a little earlier if I can get hold of some before then. There's a nice clear PCT signs. There's one on the crossbeam, and then there's one up ahead as well. Cool little gate. It's a nice little one. And back on trail. Quite a few crickets along here. So in slightly different terrain, it's a bit more open now. I'm not sure if it's going to be just going up and over this little pass or this is it, but once again, different variety. How's this for a panorama? Wait for it. Wow. Isn't that cool? And that's where I've come from. So going back, one of the hills are just different colours each one. So obviously the snow, but then the next ridge lines are slightly different colour, and then the next ridge lines are different colour. Hey, that's pretty cool. And now there will be a zigzag to get me up above these cliffs in here. There seems to be roads going in every direction. Probably too far away to pick up on the camera, but yeah, just roads everywhere. It's quite neat dropping down this quite sharp ridge line. I mean, the views are beautiful with the mountains up there. And it's a steady descent all the way down, knowing what's waiting at the bottom. Yum yum. So many crickets. Right, new flower, look at that. That's pretty cool. I like the accent colour. Hey, who'd have thought? New flower, day 26, and I'm still finding new flowers. I'm down from the hillside, and now it's coming down this narrow little canyon. And at the end of the canyon should be the road and the magic golden arches. It's a nice little section going through here. Stream's got a little water in it, not too bad. That was good timing. 6.5 miles or 10 kilometers in 2 hours. How many countries would a hiking trail sign say McDonald's in America? Woohoo! Alright, I'm detouring to McDonald's. Woohoo! So here is the amount of food that 3 hikers can consume. Alright, leaving McDonald's now. Oh, the flowers right by it. Pretty cool. And here's a group on a mission. Moving it to get to the food. Alrighty, back on the trail. Ooh, this tunnel looks dark. It's quite a dark tunnel with it going around the corner like this. Looks like they had quite a lot of water going through here as well. I'm just sticking to the outside, which seems to be the driest. Bit wet, little tricky. That's quite low, so you've got to bend down and go under that, and then tucked around the corner I can just make out a sign, so I'm assuming this is the way to go. I just finished with McDonald's. That was good. I arrived at 10:15, exactly when I wanted to. So I got a couple of sausage and egg McMuffins and a coffee, and they gave me a free hash brown, which is nice. And then 10:30 menu changeover. While I was finishing that breakfast, Fog arrived. He had done a really long day yesterday, and then spent the night at the motel, and then he took off, so I probably won't see him again. And then slowly the hikers started trickling in one by one. So good breakfast, and then for the road I ordered a chicken burger, double hamburger, 2 apple pies and some chicken tenders. So my pack's a bit full. Also we've got a long stretch with no water, so 21 miles. What's that, 35 k's? So I've got 3 litres of water. I'm glad to be leaving that and getting back into the peace and quiet of the wilderness and the views. So have a look. Look at those cool rocks there. So rocks, mountains. Yeah, this is more like it. There's possibly a cation 5 miles, but very unreliable, so no idea. So hopefully the 3 litres will see me through my campsite tonight, and then onto the next water source. This afternoon I'm taking it pretty easy. It's my heavy pack. Absolutely no rush. I'll be getting into Wrightwood tomorrow, so an hour here or there doesn't really matter. It's a nice leisurely afternoon. Yay! I do like that view, those really neat rocks when there's snow in behind. Yeah, that's better than a highway. Stripes on the hillside with the different coloured dirt. That's pretty cool. I can see the trail winding heading up that far side of the hill and amongst the rocks. Should be pretty cool. Pretty dense patch of cactus, and up here as well, all together in one little area. That would be some nice shelter on a hot day. You'd have to curl up a little bit, but plenty of room for a couple of people to sit. Now we get a tunnel to get us under all of the railway tracks. I'm glad the water's low. Right, and there's the marker. Checking for trains, up and over. Now hopefully that's the last of the man-made obstacles, and hopefully we're heading back into the wilderness again. That's pretty cool. Woohoo! Not 100% wilderness, I've still got some power pylons, but we're getting there, and I love these neat rocks. They're pretty cool. I'll be very glad to get away from the trains and the train horns. That was some solid climbing on a full stomach. Obviously you can see the interstate. And now I keep climbing up behind this hill here. So way down there I can still see the McDonald's with the green roof. Whew, it has taken an hour and 20 to make my way, zigzagging through the hills and then down the ridge. And now I start going down and I can see the trail, this ridge line to the right of the road. I can see the trail going along the side of that one. Oh, it's hot, very hot. There's a very slight breeze, which is all that's keeping it manageable. If it gets much hotter, then the umbrella's coming out, but it's manageable for now. It's funny, the stretches without water are always the hottest ones, which I guess is logical. I can see the next section of trail, and it's a big hill. So it's actually zigzagging up this hill, up this valley, and around, and then it's going to be following across the tops of the hills. I can see another zigzag in there, and around the top. So I've got a bit of climbing left today. Oh, this is magic. This is rightward. Very supportive of hikers, and looks like John, Dave and Steve. Look at that water. Woohoo! So the 20-mile stretch, or 21-mile stretch, is now a whole lot more comfortable. So I'm not going to grab a lot, but I am going to grab a little bit. Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much to the trail angels who have done this. This looks like a trail register. Swartout Canyon. Okay, so I'll fill in my name for search and rescue purposes. All done. Now the hill begins. One thing, every time I touch a trail register and the pen's in it, I disinfect my hands, because not everyone has the best of hygiene out here, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. Beautiful colours on the hill over there behind trail came along there, and as I was walking along, the trail itself was changing colour. And you can see along the side of the road, sorry, the side of the hill where I came down to, not to the car, but just short of it, and now on my way up the hill. Got to keep your eyes open on the trail, because this stuff is overhanging the trail, and I believe this is either poison oak or poison ivy. It's got the 3 leaves I was told to look out for, so if you're not careful, very easy to just swish by that and touch it. There we go. Isn't he cute? Oh, he's got spikes on his stomach as well. I didn't see that before. Hey, they're pretty cool when they move too. I mean, he looks really flat. Woo! They move quick. Really move quick. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Alright, I'll leave it alone. Well, I've been climbing for an hour. Okay, so you can see the highway. That's where I came. Went along and then down these lovely coloured hills, along the hill, down to the bottom, and then from the bottom, from that road, it's taken me an hour to go up the valley and then switch around, and now up to this height. I think from here I continue climbing. Yep, I can see the trail, and then the next ridge along it's slightly higher, and then it's slightly higher again. So still a fair bit of climbing, but done a good amount of climbing now. And the gradient was pretty good. It wasn't too steep, so it didn't feel too bad. So I'm going to stop and have one of my McDonald's burgers. Look at those neat rocks over there. Neat formations. I enjoyed my burger. That was the McChicken burger. I just had one. That was enough to fill me up for now. Probably another hour I'll have my next one. I had one of my apple pies for an earlier break, and it was pretty good. I've got about 4 more miles to get to the campsite. There's very few marked campsites along this section, but it just so happens that the marked campsite's about the 20-mile mark. So coincidence. I'm not sure. I wasn't expecting to do 20 miles today, but it is 20 to 4, so 4 miles before 6 is definitely reasonable. Today, no niggles, which is good. That funny thing on my upper shin is gone. So my legs are feeling really good, but the outside bottom of my heels, I've got a blister patch on one, and today the other one is starting to rub. So I really need to get some shoes. I'm not sure I'll be able to push through to Hatchapi, so I'll see what I can organise when I get to Wrightwood. But yeah, feeling good and enjoying it. Well, it's back on the sides of hills. This is a much bigger hill than all the other ones, and the views that we've got with interesting rocks and that behind me, that's pretty cool as well. Haven't seen anyone since I left the McDonald's. I thought the next people after me looked about 15 minutes away, but maybe they all got more food. But I expect quite a few of them will bumble into the campsite a little later on. Woo. Love this hill climbing. It's good. Oh, there's so many little lizards today, just skittering under my feet all day long. More zigzagging or switchbacking. Go up the hill around. Up. Then there's a one to get up there. Woohoo! These are the one touch of colour around here. Every now and again find them. But generally it's green and brown. Afternoon panorama. Way in the distance, San Jacinto. I think this one is San Giorgiano, near Big Bear. Hey, not bad views at all. This part of the trail, there were comments 2018 was absolutely covered in poodle dog bush, but there's a comment from late March this year saying most of it's all gone until mile 355, which is around where I'll be camping. So I may get to positively identify poodle dog bush, which would be nice because then I can stop worrying about what it is I'm near. Oh, more views opening up in front as well. Oh, definitely gained a bit of altitude this afternoon, but absolutely beautiful. Loving it. Nice being high up in the hills. Alright. And there's some more snow. Not sure if you can see it with the sun. Whew. I thought I might be running out of hill, but no. It's going along there. Still climbing. Still climbing. Woohoo! See the track for ages. Okay, that is poodle dog bush. I got the smell and it looks like the photos, so now I know exactly what I'm looking for. So it's hard to see with the sun, but this is a steep hill which you're going around, but that should be the last hill to go around to get to the campsite. It's a better view without the sun. Going way into a valley, then along this really steep looking hill to get around. That looks steep. Track looks fine. Gee, then look down. Wow, really perched on the edges. Whew. Starting to get a little tired now. So thankfully not too much further to the campsite. Ago I mentioned if I film a track static, it means it's pretty bad. Yeah, this is one of those ones. It needs full concentration because there's a big drop down there. The path has just disappeared. So I'll just take my time on it. I passed a couple not long ago, but can't see them anywhere on the track behind me. There they are. They've just gone past the bad slip, so they may have hesitated a bit going on that one because it's a bit scary if you're not used to it. Right, at least they're okay. They're past the bad slip. Now it's just a couple more slips, but nowhere near as bad.